Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Friends, how many marshmallows can you fit inside your mouth? Those are the kind of hard-hitting questions that we're asking the people that watch this show on Facebook. Our very own Betsy, who moderates the live stream. And again, if you watch this on cable, you have no frame of reference, but this show is live at 8:30 on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. Betsy sits in the Facebook chat to interact with people. Oftentimes, she'll pose a question, and I just saw today's question is, how many marshmallows can you fit in your mouth? Now, a couple of years ago, when I was at the radio station, I do not like Peeps. I will be the first person to tell you that I am not a fan of Peeps. I do like marshmallows, but Peeps just have a weird texture, and they're gross. But we did do a thing where you stuff as many Peeps in your mouth as you can, and it was not. I mean, I'll do it on this show if you want. Okay, Betsy, it was just like this. Yes. So okay, so we'll do that as we get closer to Easter. I noticed there's a bunch of different flavors of Peeps now. Used to just be gross marshmallow. Now there's like Hawaiian Punch Peeps, and I don't know what the other flavors are. It's not for me, but if you love Peeps, come and buy them here. You like eating a marshmallow that's shaped like a bunny? It's kind of weird too, but hey, you need them, we've got them. Come and get them right here. A couple things I want to mention before we get rolling. Welcome to the show, by the way. It's Thursday, the 28th of March, and 3 nights in a row of no sleep. Thank you, Starbucks Espresso. I pay for these, by the way. They're not free. Somebody asked me that the other day. Is it tough getting free Starbucks every day? And I said, I wouldn't know. But this is everything that I need. It's a high-fat drink. No sugar, and it's got espresso in it, so it'll keep me awake. Yesterday afternoon was great to see former Iowa Hawkeye and Chicago Bull Bobby Hansen and color commentator. By the way, it's weird being as tall as somebody that played with Michael Jordan and won an NBA championship. That's me, of course, with the glasses, and then Bobby Hansen that played with Michael Jordan and won a championship. I've seen the ring. I asked Bob. This is weird. This is where it sounds like I'm kind of that guy, but I've got to know Bobby a little bit over the years, enough to where I could send him an email and say, hey, Bobby, could you sign a couple basketballs for me so that I can put those in an auction for the domestic violence shelter? And Bobby agreed, stopped by the store, signed a couple basketballs, and then we took that picture together. Ryan, let's go that picture again and zoom out just so people can see. I mean, Bobby's a tall guy, and I guess I'm a lot taller than I sometimes realize. So just a couple tall dudes hanging out in a Hy-Vee. And Bobby's great. It was great to talk to him. He had nothing but good things to say about Joe Wieskamp and the season that Joe had. So Bobby does the color commentary for Hawkeye basketball, whether you knew that or not. I'm assuming you do. And I told Bobby that we've got that Breakfast with Gary Dolphin event coming up, and we talked about his broadcast partner Dolph, and it was a good conversation. And Bobby Hansen will be on this show in a couple of weeks or so. We're going to work that out to get him in here. Bobby, in addition to being involved with Hawkeye basketball, works for the Better Business Bureau of Iowa. I don't know if you knew that, but he does that. He does a great job, and kind of has moved closer to Muscatine, if you will. He was in West Des Moines for a long time, and we'll have Bobby on the show. Again, I don't communicate with him that often, so towards the end of the conversation, Bobby was like, so, Tony, you're here? You're here, right, full-time? And I said, yeah. He's like, oh, that's great. I'm like, yeah, you should come on the show. And I could see he had this look like show at Hy-Vee, and I was like, yeah, we have a talk show. It's weird. I know it sounds weird, but, it works, and it'd be great to have you on. So, Bobby Hansen, thank you very much. If you want a chance to take home one of those autographed basketballs, you got to come to the MCSA New Beginnings fundraiser next Saturday, April 6th. Last thing I'll mention, opening day for baseball today. Growing up in the Chicago suburbs, I'm a Cubs fan. I got to watch the Cubs win a World Series in 2016, so it really doesn't matter to me if they win every single game or if they lose every single game, because I saw them win a World Series with my own two eyes. I watched it, and so many of my family members went their entire lives without watching the Cubs win a World Series. So I honestly, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I mean, I'll watch games. Very casual fan now. It happened. If it happens again, that's great. If not, it was just a couple years ago, and I remember it. So with all that being said, go Cubs. And opening day 2019, the longest season in sports. I'm going to just say it. Starts April. What is it? Not even April. It's March 28th and goes until November. Holy moly. All right. Here with his take on baseball and pictures of me with Bobby Hansen is our pal, Ben Nitzel, who's principal of St. Mary and Matthias Catholic School, making a, I don't know, 4th or 5th visit on the show. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Baseball fan? I don't even know if I would know that, and I'm your friend for like 6 years.
Sure.
I don't know if I know that you're a baseball fan.
I like the sport. I don't necessarily love Major League Baseball.
Okay.
But I'm probably in a similar situation to you. Like, I don't have a lot of time
to
sit down and enjoy baseball games. You kind of, it's like, the more you can watch, I think the more you can enjoy watching a team or watching a season.
Yes.
So.
It's tough. I mean, you have a couple kids, busy job.
Yep.
Baseball games are long. If anybody wants to take me to a Cubs game, I'm happy to go. I
Right,
love Wrigley
sure.
Field.
Sure.
I love going. I got to go to a game in a suite a couple of years ago.
Oh, nice.
It was very fancy. And then any comments on Bobby Hansen? You're a Hawkeye fan. You followed basketball, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
right?
a little bit. Yeah, no, it's very
Joe
exciting.
Wieskamp
Very
is a
generous.
product of your school, right?
Yeah, he went to our school.
That's a
so
big
his,
deal.
His brother's still there. Yeah, great kid, and it was fun to watch him in the tournament, have a little bit of success, and so obviously I think people are expecting some great things here from the Hawkeyes as they go forward. So pretty fun.
All right, St. Mary Matthias Catholic School. We're sitting here March 28th. Spring break's over. Looks like the school year is going to be done June 5th. They made that determination.
The official,
How do you feel about that? I said, would you like to go longer, or did you think? I mean, you can sit here and tell people. I mean, you're the principal. You don't love the snow days. I mean, they happen. But this is the result, right? The school year gets extended by a week, pretty much. Correct?
I think as like having been in education for a long time, like as staff, like we love a snow day,
right?
Like that unexpected day off in the middle of February where you can get caught up on things you need to do. Like that's fantastic. But when we had like our winter break for an additional week, no. And so so then you got to make up the days. Obviously, we got things we want to teach the kids, things we want them to go through, and so we just try to. So we're going to go to June 5th, and the school district made that call. We use their busing, so we'll follow along, and I think it's the right call. We want to, we don't love staying in school longer when the weather gets nice, but there's still stuff we want to impart on the kids and have them do. So we're excited about it, and it'll be fine. We'll get through it and go, and then we'll start summer break and just be a little bit late. But the nice thing is, I think a lot of I know kids have summer camps. There's Boy Scout camps. There's a lot of Bible schools and all kids getting activities. A lot of that doesn't start till that second week of June. So I think it's kind of a nice. It works out okay.
Did you have to talk to your staff? I mean, you've been doing it for a while now, but I imagine it's been a couple of years that we've had a winter like we did with all of these cancellations and delays. So is there anything that you share with your teachers with respects to when you're back in school? Because I imagine it's tough to get kids to focus back in. They missed a lot with that winter break and then the winter weather, and then all of a sudden here's spring break. It almost would have behooved us if we could have pushed spring break almost. Because then you have another week out, which was planned, of course, with it being spring break. But have you noticed that, I don't know, I mean, is that something that you talk about in meetings with your team?
Well, a little bit, but our staff's pretty good, and a lot of the staff, people throughout Muscatine, we got a lot of great teachers here, both in the school district and our school, and I think that's just comes down to experience and knowing what to do, and just getting the kids back on track. I think the day or two back was certainly tough for people to kind of adjust and get back into it, but as far as overall, get a day or two back and the kids get back in the groove, and it wasn't too bad. Not as bad as I had thought.
Yeah, but again, we're just so excited to have nice weather here. It just makes everything feel better, right? I mean, I was delivering some stuff to the school, I don't know, a week or two ago for the fish fries with the Knights of Columbus. And even then we had snow melting, and you guys have such a great setup and so much property at St. Mary Matthias Catholic School, and just the facilities to get the kids outside. We are in Lent. Easter is late this year on the 21st. I wanted to mention the fish fries every Friday in your gym, right? With the Knights of Columbus. That's a great organization. And I mean, is that something that's just been going on for years at the school?
Well, no, actually, for a long time, the Knights of Columbus had their own sort of Knights Hall out there on Hauser, right where there's a dentist. There's a dentist there now, and so right next to the funeral parlor.
Sure.
And so they were there for a long time, and then they kind of decided they wanted to move out of that property. A lot of their membership was getting a little bit older, and it was a really nice space, but you got to mow it, you got to take care of it, you got to put money into it, and so when they decided to make the move out there, they have their meetings now in our down in what we call the Knights of Columbus room.
Sure.
And they do the fish fries. And actually, I think it's been a great thing because their fish fries are awesome. They're very popular. You certainly don't have to be connected to the school. You don't have to be connected to the church. We have a lot of people just in Muscatine that love fried fish and come out. And now with it being in the gym, there's tons of space. The problem is back when they had it in their hall, they had it was very confined.
Sure.
So I think people would show up and you sort of immediately felt the pressure to leave. Like, eat your fish and go, lady. But now in the gym, there's tons of room. People can come, and if people want to hang out for an hour or whatever, or hour and a half, they can. There's still more space for people to come in. And I know in the last couple of years they've been doing it there, they've just had tremendous amount of people coming through, which is great for them. It's great for us, and I think it's nice for the community.
Well, it's just good to have it all under one roof. I mean, with everything else that's able to happen at the school, one of those events that'll be coming up soon is the 20th annual Hustle. So St. Mary Matthias Catholic School, formerly known as Hayes, the Hustle has been going on now 20 years, which is wild to think about, and it's changed a little bit. It's a color run, and we can see that on the screen. So this, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first year that it's a color run?
Yeah, so it's actually, this is the 20th year that the run's been called the Hayes Hustle.
Sure.
It's actually, I think the first year, I want to say, was 1987. Back then it was called the Nun Run.
Wow.
And it used to start at St. Matthias Church and go up 3rd Street Hill, which if you've never started at the bottom of 3rd Street Hill at Mulberry and gone all the way up to the top, it's a long way.
Hike, yeah.
And so, but it's for 20 years it's been the Hayes Hustle, and so they want to do something a little bit special, something a little different, and so they decided to go with the color run and try that, and then incorporate a breakfast and just do a little bit more. So just sort of as a celebratory. I don't know if this will be the thing they kind of do going forward, but it was something they certainly wanted to try this year, just to kind of honor the fact that 20 years of just being the Hayes Hustle is a long time.
And the Hustle is coming up soon, right? It's what is our date? April.
Yeah,
Saturday.
it's
There's the kids Hustle on the Friday.
On Friday the 12th.
Friday the 12th. Okay. So Friday the 12th of April, and then the 5K portion for older folks, grown-ups, whatever, not for the kids, is Saturday, 7:30 to 8:30. I mean, it's nice to be able to adjust things and to try things. We know for sure that these color runs were definitely very popular, and whatever you can do to draw more interest, right? And I can't believe that that's just a couple weeks away now. Seems like we'll have good weather for it. I know that the weather is kind of, you've probably seen it all over the years, right? As far as
we kind of, when you're doing runs, you want to be cognizant of other runs because you're kind of drawing from a limited pool of people that want to do that. So we've always kind of had that early April, which it just depends. Sometimes it's like the most beautiful day for running and it's not too hot, and sometimes it looks like Ralphie from A Christmas Story out there. Everybody's running, just kind of sauntering along in their stuff. So. Yeah, so what's really nice is we do have the kids run, which starts the night before at Muscatine High School, and so that's going to be, I believe, a 5:45 start.
Awesome.
And that's open to all kids. I mean, certainly we have a lot of our school kids, but anybody in the community that wants to come run in that. We have different age divisions, so the younger kids, the preschool kids, just run 100 yards, and then they start running up progressively longer and longer. I think our longest run that day is the mile run, so that's exciting.
That's great.
And then any kid who ran in that gets free participation in the run the next day. So some of our older kids love to get in there and run, and so they'll come in and they'll run the 5K then the next day, and then they can participate in the color run. Obviously this year there's a little bit more benefit to that, or if they want to walk with their parents or do whatever. So being in the kids run gets you automatically qualified to run in the older adult run, as we would say, the next day, but then that's also open to everybody as well. So if one or either of those appeals to you, you can do one or both. And we have a lot of people that will come in and they'll have their kids run in the kids run, and then they'll head over to the gym and eat the fish fries. So that's not included in the cost of the run, but it's a good way to cap your Friday night off.
Are you prepared for how much? So with these color runs, and Ryan, I did a couple of color runs. You can Facebook creep on me if you want and see if you can find any pictures of me from color runs. And I don't know, I don't know if it was just because I'm an easy target, but I had all of the color in my hair. I mean, it's like a 3-shower deal. So you're the principal.
I know.
You're an even easier target.
Maybe I should be late.
Are you prepared? I don't think you can be late for your own run. But my advice is, and I'm assuming that the 20th anniversary Hustle shirts will be white.
Yep.
So that you can get them. By the end of it, everybody looks tie-dye.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, coming from experience, speaking with experience, be prepared to have sunglasses will be your best friend. Seriously.
Okay.
If I have any advice, it's sunglasses. And
maybe leave my contacts at home.
Right, absolutely. But that's where it gets fun for the kids, right? To to have a chance to throw some of the color packets at their
Sure.
principal without facing any repercussions, of course, because it's a fun
Right,
fundraiser.
absolutely.
This is
Absolutely.
the one time that they don't have to worry about going to your office out of fear of doing something wrong. So the hustle is open to the public. So there are people, Ben, that you and I know, that will do every 5K in the area. They love running. They can't get enough running. This is one that they should put on their list. I like that it's early in the morning. Because then it gives you time to, especially with it being a color run, literally you get time to get changed and then go about the rest of your day.
Yeah.
And then getting signed up is easy. We've shown you Facebook events online, and you can get the form, bring it to the school. Just get signed up ahead of time. It is coming up again on Saturday, April 13th. There's a Facebook event. That's what we've been showing you, 20th Annual Hustle Color Run at St. Mary Matthias Catholic School, 2407 Cedar Street. Will be a good time, for sure. We know that, and we don't want you to miss out on that. So this is an event that happens that's important for the school, needs to be successful. Revamping it, maybe it's more successful. And then you're probably, I'm imagining, while closing out this school year, and there's still a lot of it to come, you have events lined up. I'm getting at the auction in November. That's the biggest thing that you do.
Yep.
You had a humongous auction this past November, unbelievable success. In one night, thousands of dollars raised, capacity crowd.
Yeah.
And you have these parents, Ben, that are already, because I see it on Facebook, they're meeting and planning for November's auction. I mean, it's wild to think that one night can be so important to your school, but it really has become that, hasn't it?
It really has. I really credit the Home and School. We tried to really streamline and just do a couple fundraisers, and we also wanted to kind of get away from. I know, back in the day, it was like we were selling stuff to people. Every month we had something else.
Right.
So we really tried to get away from that and go to more events. The nice thing about the hustle is participate or don't participate. If you want to come out and walk, it's a great event. The timing can be tough with the weather sometimes, but it's also nice because it's one of the first opportunities that serious runners get to come up and run and get their first time of the year. And we've already talked about making some allowances, because I know we get some people that show up and they've got a lot of nice gear, nice shoes.
Right.
We want to put them in a situation where that's not going to be just doused in color.
Sure.
So we're going to make sure that those people are able to get off and run and not have that be a problem for them. And then as far as you said, we've got some tremendous chairs this year. Caitlin Iberg and Angie Hunter were our junior chairs last year for the auction. They're chairing it this year. They've already got a huge amount of work in, and they're doing putting together a lot of pieces. And so just for us, it's a huge fundraiser, and we've really tried to condense all of our different fundraising events, and people that want to help and take care of the school, we try to focus it all towards that night. And last year, it was a huge success. We were very excited about the number of people. We're excited about the experience that they had, and then obviously about the fact that it turned out to be a great fundraiser for the school.
Are the rumors true that group of people bought egg rolls for like $20,000 or something? Did that happen?
That did happen this year.
Okay. That was something that, it's a great night, and I missed it.
Yeah.
And I have already signed up for the November 2019, this coming November's auction. I'll be there.
Yep,
but
November 3rd.
I was getting texts. I was DJing a wedding, and I was getting texts from people that were at the fundraiser, and they were just raving about how successful it was, and it's great. It is so much fun, and it's open to everybody. And what that fundraiser, that auction at St. Mary Matthias has been able to do is help the school grow. And I don't want to, again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but is this year the first graduating 8th grade class, or did that happen last year?
No, you're right. This is the first year we'll have an
as we were sitting here, I was thinking about that. That's a big deal. So over the
absolutely.
last several years, you've been able to bring in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade to St. Mary Matthias Catholic School. So for people looking for that private school option, you could send your kids from preschool all the way to 8th grade, which is what I experienced personally.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to a public high school, and then oddly enough, Catholic college with St. Ambrose. But talk about that. How are you feeling with knowing you've got that first 8th grade class? Because when was the last time that happened? How many years ago? Like 20 or?
I actually, way more than that.
Wow.
So in 1969, it became a kindergarten in 1969, it became a 1st grade through 6th grade school.
Wow.
And that's when they had kind of different, the school system was set up a little bit different even in town.
Sure.
So it would have been like, 1968. And that's back when all those grades were housed at the individual schools at each church. So it's a lot different. So in this building, they've never been an 8th grade class. And yeah, we're very excited. I mean, I'm just very thankful to the students and the parents of that class for sticking with us. And, I think we've done a lot of great things, but it's also been some growing pains. It's not completely easy to add a bunch of grades. And so I just really appreciate the students that we have and the parents for saying, hey, we believe in this. We want faith-based education for our kids through middle school, which is a really tough time for a lot of kids, and sort of believing in us. And I think we've delivered for the most part and had a great experience for these kids. And we've got some really cool stuff coming up here for them in the spring. We're going to have, we're doing some job shadows. We're sending them out in the community to do some different things just to kind of get them prepared. And then we're going to have a real nice 8th grade recognition dinner, which we're very excited about, which we think will be a real special night. So yeah, we're super pumped, and it's crazy. It seems like we were just talking about, is this something we can make happen? And now here we are in the blink of an eye, and those kids are ready to move on to the high school. So
again, from my personal experience, having gone from preschool to 8th grade in 2 different private schools, St. Vincent Ferrer and then Ascension. Shout out to those schools, I guess. It was nice. My graduating class of 98, I think was 40 kids maybe.
Yeah.
And then I went into a giant public school where I graduated with 777, but then I kind of shifted back and went to St. Ambrose, which was a very small school, and that worked for me. Like, I don't think I would have been successful at a larger college. You know? I mean, I could roll out of bed at St. Ambrose and beat a class in 5 minutes, but it was just interesting. I had such a great experience with those smaller classes and really appreciated that, and it's nice to have that as an option. And the best part, I think, that I don't know if people fully understand is even if you're not Catholic, it's an option available for you if you're looking for faith-based learning. And we know that there's a lot of people that are Catholic, and that's fine, but there's people that are going to different churches in town, and they just need to understand that this is an option available. There's no requirement that you're all at the same place on Sunday or Saturday night for service, right? This is just an option available for you if you feel like it's something that you care enough about. And I think that's just important to say. I mean, it's available for everybody, and the fact that you have preschool to 8th grade is a big deal. And it was a lot of work to get there.
Yeah, and 28% of our kids are not Catholic, and we're certainly gonna talk about Catholic stuff throughout, but we're not there to convert anybody. Sure. We're going to talk about things, and I think I always tell parents of our non-Catholic kids too that I think it's a great opportunity, because when you come home at dinner and have a conversation, you can talk to the kids about, well, what'd you learn today? Especially as they get older. I mean, kindergarten, 1st grade, I think it's a pretty similar message for everything. But as you get to be in the older grades, you talk about, well, what'd you learn today? And the parents that feel or believe different things can redirect their kids in the way they want. And I think it opens up a great dialogue between kids and their parents about their faith and about their beliefs. And so for families that's important to, families that want to have that prayer and want to have that dialogue with their kids, I think it facilitates that, both Catholic and non-Catholic. And that's what we're there to provide. We're not there to be a private school. We're there to be, or an elite school. We're there simply to be a faith-based school where we're praying in class. Kids are having religion class, and that's baked into the day. And we want people to have that option. So.
Well, I know that it's working, and the growth is there, and the track record of success, and it's super exciting for that 8th grade class to be able to do that. I mean, it's all good signs for sure, and you can support the mission with St. Mary Matthias Catholic School, participate in the Hustle 5K coming up on April 13th, and then save the date, first Saturday in November. I'm trying to remember it offhand. It's
November 3rd.
November 3rd. There we go. It's in my calendar in my phone. I already know that.
Yeah.
For the annual auction event.
Well, with the Hustle too, the first 150 people are going to get swag bags, so they'll get.
Oh, look at this.
We
got a
this,
prop.
Yeah, prop.
Hey.
They have a little sack pack like this, and
Okay.
it'll come. Apparently, I'm told stuffed with items. It's
Nice.
not currently. We're still
Good.
getting those arranged. So, and then the main 5K race does not start till 9.
Right.
So I know a lot of those 5Kers are up early and at 'em, but for those of us that are maybe a little bit more relaxed on Saturday morning, 9 a.m. starts nice. You can come there, get registered, plenty of time, and then go ahead and walk it or run it starting at 9 and have a great time and finish it with breakfast. So we think it's going to be a great event, and we're hoping for good weather, but we'll be out there regardless.
I feel like you're the kind of guy, you got a couple of those cinch bags. You got the squad at home. You're always, got to pack stuff up when you leave, and that's very practical. I can see you with a couple of those.
Well, we need to get a couple. We got soccer, so I got 2 of the Princess crew in soccer now, so it's a lot. It's starting to happen.
It's a lot of moving parts. Real quick, before you go, be remiss to not mention, in addition to being the principal at St. Mary Methodist Catholic School, Ben Nitzel, also movie critic in the Voice of Muscatine newspaper. I've been, my wife and I, we've been working nonstop on our house. I've missed movies. I didn't see Captain Marvel. I want to see Us. I know that's not for you. You're not a scary movie guy. This week you've got Dumbo, and then Shazam coming soon, and then of course the elephant in the room is Avengers Endgame. Go in that order. Give us your your 30 to 60 second take on Captain Marvel, and then anything else that you've seen or that you're looking forward to seeing.
Oh, sure. Yeah, one of my favorite things in the world is to tell my wife that I've got to go to work and then head off to the movies. So I don't know if she appreciates it, but
it's awesome.
Captain Marvel.
Right.
I enjoyed Captain Marvel. I know there was a lot of controversy that people tried to manufacture on both sides of the aisle on that. That seemed overblown on both cases. I thought it was middle of the road. It's not the greatest Marvel movie out there by any means. It's certainly not the worst. I'd put it right in the middle of the road. I thought it was enjoyable. I get a little nervous. It's the same reason I don't love Superman. It seems like she's going to be real powerful.
Right.
And that kind of thing always makes me nervous because I feel like it can be a real tough plot device for people to work around. So, I really detest Superman. We'll see about Captain Marvel. Hopefully it's not too big of a deal. But it was an enjoyable film. I thought she did a nice job. And I think people would enjoy it. If you like, you know what you're getting. If you like Marvel movies, you'll like it.
I just don't have the time.
Yeah, it's tough.
Will you see Dumbo this week?
I will not see Dumbo.
Okay. You don't want to be depressed?
I don't. I just remember. I don't know if it's like when he's dressed as a clown. I have bad memories as a kid. I didn't enjoy it, so I'm not gonna go.
It was very traumatic.
Yeah,
almost
and then
on the same level as Bambi. Like, do we need a live action Bambi?
Right.
Ending.
I wasn't stoked about Dumbo, and then they said to Tim Burton, so then it was like that. I was less stoked even. I don't need.
You're double out on that one.
Yeah, just not super pumped. But I did see How to Train Your Dragon 3, which if the kids like those movies, that was very entertaining.
Good.
And I didn't go to Wonder Park, but my kids did, and they said they really liked it.
Yeah,
so
they really liked Wonder Park a lot. I'm excited for Shazam, which is April. I think it's that week of the Hustle. I believe isn't that week or next week?
Shazam actually comes out this coming week, so I think a week from today, on the 4th, is its theatrical release.
By all accounts, getting great reviews.
Yeah, the buzz is positive.
Yeah,
I try not to read the reviews, but I just kind of try to get a sense of the buzz, and it is getting good reviews. It looks a little corny off the commercials, but it'll be interesting to see if it's good or not. I'm certainly excited to see that. There's a new Hellboy. We'll see how that is.
Right.
I don't know about that, but I'll try it. And then, of course, as you said, Avengers. But I think I'm super excited for Avengers, of course. It's supposed to be the longest. I heard it's 3 hours
3 hours.
So settle in.
Right.
On that one.
Can we get a bathroom break during Avengers? And by the way, I'm going to see Avengers, dear, if you're watching. Our house should be sold by then. Maybe getting into another house. I'm going to see Avengers.
Well, even if it's not, I feel like first of all, it's going to be in the theater for about 6 months. And secondly, I'm sure you can you can wiggle 2 or 3 hours free for that.
You can carve 3 hours
just
free.
Tell you if I went to Star Wars the day after my 4th daughter was born, so it's fine.
Right.
She was okay.
You are my example.
Well, that was maybe a one-time
outside
deal.
of Avengers, what else real quick?
John Wick. So excited for John. Now that's a very adult movie.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of violence, hyper violent. And I don't know why it seems so cool, but they are really cool. They're really good action movies. I'm really excited to see John Wick 3. I don't know about Aladdin. I know there's a lot of hubbub about Will Smith with all the body paint, but I enjoy Aladdin's probably my favorite of the Disney cartoons.
Yeah.
So I'll probably take my kids that and see what it's like.
I would agree. Yeah, that there's a little bit of controversy about that one. And then there's an X-Men movie, and then what else? Toy Story 4.
Right? I already thought they had Toy Story 4. I'm a little over the Toy Story. Like it's getting to be a little bit much for me. But we'll see how that is. There's a new X-Men coming out. There's a new Men in Black.
Right.
I'd like to see a little bit more creativity. It's a lot of easy bankable
See, and that's
sequels.
where I feel like you're missing out on not being a horror movie fan, because Us is an original movie, just like Get Out was. And have you seen Get Out yet?
No. I would still like to see it. That's not as horror, right?
No.
Or is it? It's just more
Thriller.
psychological thriller.
Psychological. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there are people making original things. They're just not typically in your wheelhouse.
Well, you did two. You said 2 things. You were
two. Okay, 2. I'm sorry.
I am a little disappointed.
There's
I'll tell you
2.
what I really wanted to see, which we didn't get here at the theater, which usually, credit to the Palms, we get a lot of stuff. I want to see Hotel Mumbai, which we did not get. I thought that looked really interesting, like real tense. and that didn't come. But sometimes we get some movies, like I know with the Churchill one, it came a few months later.
Yep.
So I'm hopeful if that comes, I may try to squeeze that in. Because again, to your point, something that's a little bit more original.
Right, a little bit. And we love the blockbusters, but we'll take the originals. All right, I'm feeling good about this.
Did you watch? I
Yes.
got to ask you. Did you
Yes.
watch the Netflix, the Ben Affleck? What is it?
No, not yet. I should though. Have
It's
you seen
okay.
it? It's okay. Darn
It kind of tamed into something. I think it's enjoyable.
that,
People
yeah.
like it. It kind of morphed into something I didn't quite expect. But it's entertaining. I mean, listen, it's free. Well,
Yeah.
you pay a subscription, but
It's
to have
worth
it
it.
just show
Yeah.
up and watch it,
Yeah.
I was
Ben
pleasantly
Affleck
surprised.
movie on the streaming device is good. I'll have to check that out and have fun at the Weezer concert.
Yeah, I'm super
tonight.
excited.
This is the coolest principal ever, right? I don't know if I ever had a principal that was going to see Weezer and able to do movie reviews and be in charge of a great place like St. Mary Matthias Catholic School. So Ben Nitzel, thank you. Get signed up for the 20th annual Hustle. It's a color run coming up very soon. And if you're looking for a place to send your kids to school, I'm sure you've still got space available.
Yeah, we started kindergarten registration this week, and
Wow.
I think we'll be full by Friday. So if you're interested in the kindergarten, I would highly recommend calling today or tomorrow and getting what you need. Otherwise, for older grades, absolutely. We start that registration on April 1st, and we have at least 1 or 2 spots in all of our classes. So if it's something, and I would encourage people, if it's something you're considering, just come have a conversation. I love to talk to people about it, and our goal is always to make sure that we try to get the best fit for your kid. And if that's at our school, we'd love to have you. And if it's not, we want to have that conversation and be honest with you, because we want you as a parent to be happy and we want your kid to be successful. And so a lot of times it's just having a conversation and seeing what people need and what they're looking for and what they feel like their kids need. And if we can accommodate that, great. And if we can't, there's other great options, and we try to help them out with that. So just give us a call.
All right, Ben Nitzel, thank you. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, buddy.
Yep. Get ready for the 5K. Get signed up, and we'll have a good time on April 13th. We're going to go, I believe Cody is going to go to the Toyota Muscatine Car Cam. He's going to go to the frozen department because Dave Solomon is waiting in the wings. Come on over, Dave. We'll get you set up here in just a second. Frozen manager here at Hy-Vee. Thank you, sir. Have fun at Weezer. Hope they do a little Toto. That Weezer's cover album is fun. I feel like I have a hot take on that. Not a lot of people liked it, but I liked it. All right. Thank you, sir. March, again, Frozen Food Month at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Oh, my gosh. Look at the props coming here. This is going to be fantastic. So, in the meanwhile, Toyota Muscatine Car Cam, rocking and rolling, going to the frozen department. March is Frozen Food Month. We're still in the month of March. We're going to talk to the man with the plan. That is Dave Solomon. But right now, Cody, so right down... I can see Cody walking from where we're doing the show. Right down aisle, lucky aisle 17, everybody. And Dave Solomon is wired for sound, and you've got some props, man. Yeah, feel free to bring over whatever. This is awesome. I hope he brought a spoon. I saw some ice cream. Ah, darn it. Well, better luck next time. And again, I love that we've got the root beer near the ice cream so people can have root beer floats. All right, Cody, so you hang tight. And we'll cut back to you in just a second, but I want to get to Dave. So, Frozen Food Month going on all month long. It's a great opportunity to highlight everything that you have. And then at the same time, pal, thanks for coming, by the way. At the same time, you've got a bunch of new stuff coming in.
Coming in, and just each week there's new items coming in.
Each week there's new items?
Pretty much.
Okay, so again, we're sitting here March 28th. What does that mean for your business? Is it a lot of, because we're in spring, summer's on the way. Does that mean that it's a lot of new ice creams coming in, or is it new frozen entrees?
I've had a lot of new ice creams coming this year.
Like theme stuff or what?
Some.
Yeah.
Thanks, I'll grab.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Let's see what you got. Because I feel like I saw a Toy Story ice cream. Look at that. So Toy Story 4, we were just talking about that, and they've got their own ice cream. Come on now. This is Carnival Churros Cravings. Look at this. So this is how these companies make even more money. They get their own ice cream.
A little Harley Quinn.
Harley
there.
Quinn ice cream. Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Wow. All right. So again, do you ever feel like not too long ago, Dave, there were like 4 or 5 or 6 options of ice cream, and now
there's a whole wall of ice cream.
Right. So and then the churn. This is exclusive to Hy-Vee.
This is one of the newer ones.
Ooh, okay.
Coffee
Toffee Crunch.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's Blackjack Cherry,
Oh my gosh.
which is hard to keep in stock right now. The
Really?
warehouse is out. Yeah.
So are you finding that the churn is is more popular than you thought it would be? Because
Yes.
I see a lot of people
Yes.
buying it. And again, it's exclusive to Hy-Vee.
Exclusive, tastes nice and creamy.
I was going to say they did a really good job with it. I think if you're going to enter the ice cream business, the ice cream market, you've got to know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Because there are so many staples, and I see you've got Haagen-Dazs, right? So Haagen-Dazs is one that's a brand that's been around for a while. This is a little different, though, buddy. Now, do I have to be 21 to enjoy this one?
You do not.
Okay, but look at that Haagen-Dazs Spirits vanilla bean truffle ice cream. There's the rum.
They have done really well since
Oh
we've
my!
had
Is that
them.
a beer and pretzels one? What in the world? Look at that. There's a stout chocolate pretzel crunch Haagen-Dazs. I'm really tempted to grab a spoon, but I'm gonna use my willpower, I guess. I mean, who thinks of these ideas? Wow! By the way, you can see the paint on my fingers when we zoom in like that. I mean, again, like this is good stuff, right? I just don't know how you keep up with everything.
There's more new items. I
Yeah.
just don't have a big enough cart to bring them all.
I was going to say we need a bigger set for the show. And then what are these? Okay, now,
These are some new Magnum bars.
This looks like a present you could give somebody for Christmas.
These are actually non-dairy. These
Non-dairy?
two non-dairy.
I've never heard of this before. Wow, I'm cheating and looking on the back, and this is fantastic. I didn't even know that this was a thing, a non-dairy classic. I love the packaging. I mean, it looks like a present or something you'd buy at a boutique. So for people that are trying to get a dessert that's non-dairy, and you can see plant-based, that's fantastic. So when it comes to bringing stuff like this into Hy-Vee and Muscatine, Iowa, I mean, obviously we probably know what people like, but you also want to have that variety. I mean, that's what Hy-Vee is known for.
Right, we
is
have
a great variety of product.
Large variety.
Yeah. So the obvious question is, have you personally sampled any of this new stuff? For quality control's sake, have any of these ice creams got a dent in them?
I have. I love ice cream.
Yeah. So any of the Toy Story ones have you tried? I mean,
I have not yet.
those flavors look just wild. Like
I have tried a couple of these.
You have tried a couple of the Haagen-Dazs
Yes.
ones. Okay. I bet this amaretto one is really good. Look at that. And again, it's non-dairy. This one is non-dairy. That's wild, right? That one is non-dairy spirits. I mean, that's absolutely crazy. So the products are there. It's always a good time for ice cream, whether it's, I don't know how much ice cream we were selling when it was 50 below zero. But now that it's
More do you think?
Right, that's good. People feel like I don't want to go out. I'm going to make sure I have the freezer stocked up. But certainly, Dave, as temps stay warm, I imagine
It's gonna just
people
take off even
right,
more.
They just come into the frozen department and they raid you. All right, so let's cut back to Cody, who is still with the cart cam in the frozen department, and we'll get some more products up here because, yes, this is what I love about this show, the fact that we can show you things like a stout chocolate pretzel ice cream, an ice cream that tastes like beer and pretzel. God bless America. Beer and pretzel ice cream. This is the best. All right, so there's Cody again, hanging out in. I like how Cody is just hanging out near the ice cream. I know it's tough, pal. It's tough. And of course, you know, Blue Bunny and your other favorites, Whitey's. I tend to be partial towards Whitey's. And what is that?
It's believe it or not, it's a Cool Whip.
It's a Cool Whip that tastes like birthday cake.
I've never tried it. I want to try it, but
Are you kidding me?
it just came out.
This is ridiculous. I didn't know what you were handing me. And again, I remember when the options were Cool Whip, and
Yeah.
now there's a Cool Whip that tastes like birthday cake. Holy moly. You know what I need on my birthday cake? Is Cool Whip that
Some
tastes
Cool
like
Whip.
birthday cake. This is awesome. Look at the colors. I love it. It's very springy. Birthday, you know, my son just turned 7 yesterday. Had I known that we had this product, I would have taken it and just tried it out.
There's a brownie
Wow.
one and a cookies and cream.
Now, here's the best part about this, Chad, and we can test how good these cameras are. I know they're great. If you look at the nutritional content, I mean, this is not bad per serving, right? So a serving size is 2 tablespoons, and if I go this way, I think, you'll see that per serving, you're just looking at 3 carbs, 2 grams of sugar. That is not bad, right? So don't assume that if I'm talking about a birthday cake Cool Whip, that it's just going to be all sugar, because it's not.
Right.
And this is something that you could add on top of whatever. I can't get over that. This is
I have
a real
not tried
thing.
that yet,
Like
but I will try it.
Cool Whip. Dave is determined. Oh, look, I just scratched and dented it. Cool Whip was something that my grandma Marge, my mom's mom, had Cool Whip in the house all the time in her fridge. It was just like a staple, right? It was something that she would just have readily available. I almost feel bad that she's not around to see this. This is absolutely. All right, so what do we got now?
Some
Idaho.
Idaho.
Yes.
There is actually
Okay, so this is a product that
7
you said,
flavors.
right?
7.
And people were asking about this.
Yeah.
Is this correct? Okay. So these are grown in Idaho, super crispy crinkle cut fries, and then thick cut hash browns. I want to give a shout out to my friend Dave Lavora, who's watching on Facebook. And Dave hosts a great show called Brood on Brood is on WQAD, where he goes to different breweries. And hopefully Dave saw when we were talking about the Haagen-Dazs ice cream that tastes like a stout beer and pretzels. This would be a great combination for that. These are like the next step in a frozen fry, right? I mean, this is exciting. And then these hash browns just look. Wait, the hash browns are over here.
Like
Everything's backward.
There's actually 7 flavors. 7 total.
Different ones available. Wow. And we know that when it's grown in Idaho, it's a real deal, right? I mean, that's where the best stuff is coming from. So these products, how long have they been in the store? Not that long, right?
Maybe a week or 2.
Okay. And they're flying out of here.
Right.
Right?
They're selling really well.
And that's what's so surprising, because if you think about it, I mean, there's so many people, Dave, that are going to go into the frozen department and they're going to get their favorite, whether it's a Hy-Vee brand of crinkle cut fries or the Orleda or whatever it's called, Orida. I never say it right. Orida. Or Wronga. But then this is something that's brand new, and for people to be trying it and liking it, I mean, you just feel good about that. And again, the best potatoes come from Idaho. And these are easy to do. You can drop them in a fryer. You can throw them in the oven. I mean, it tells you right on the back, you know, don't burn your house down. You can just preheat the oven, and they're good to go. Man, this is exciting. What else you got, sir? Oh, my gosh, look at this. These products, come on. All right, what is that? No, give me, what is, come on, man. Skippy Peanut Butter and Jelly Mini? Hey, folks, if you don't like to go through the trouble of making your own peanut butter and jelly, we've got you covered. What is this, dude?
Got some snacks.
This is a peanut butter and jelly ready to go. I like how it says actual size. Yeah, just in case you were wondering. So these are like guilt-free. You could have several of them. Have you quality controlled these yet? This looks I love peanut butter and jelly.
I haven't had these.
Gosh.
These have been out for
This is hilarious.
maybe a month.
Right. You can pop them in the microwave in 1 to 2 minutes, and they're ready to go.
They're right by the Uncrustables in the aisle.
All right, so we've got that one, and then we've got this one with the strawberry. So whether you like the grape or the strawberry, there's options for both available. I can't believe that this is a thing. Like, skip the bread in the peanut butter and jelly aisle. Just go to frozen and get it all.
Need a quick snack? There you go.
I was the kid. I don't know if you had a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in your lunches growing up. Did you ever put the Doritos in between the peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
No, my son always made chip sandwiches.
Okay, well then I guess Will and I are a lot more alike. But you could absolutely get that. Try it for the kids or grandkids.
Or for field
What a great
trips.
idea. Field trips.
Field trips, excellent.
Oh, man, they're just onto it. All right, what else do we have? We're talking Dave Solomon.
I brought this out for the
Man with
kids.
a Plan. Brought it out for the kids or the big kid. Oh, come on, dude. You can't. If my kids see this, I'm going to have to. Yep. Because, again, these companies figured it out. You get a hit show like Paw Patrol, what do you need to do? Put them on a waffle. There is a Chase waffle. Okay.
There's Spider-Man over there. There's Mickey Mouse. I mean...
And there's
it's for the
regular
kids.
waffles as well, if you don't want to have your favorite character. But again, this just makes total sense. You can't beat throwing a waffle into the toaster. It's a quick breakfast. It's an easy breakfast. And the kids absolutely, I didn't know that this is a thing. And it's making me very nervous because I have a 4-year-old that might be watching us right now that would call me and yell at me to buy these for him.
It's one of the newer items we've had come in lately.
That is just fantastic. All right, give me some healthy stuff. We've been talking about.
There's some healthy
we've been
stuff.
talking about not that the waffles are unhealthy, but I mean, I'll tell you what. When it comes to health food in the frozen section, it exists. And Cody, come in on these guys from Green Giant. Some new items, protein bowls, right?
Right. There's actually 4 flavors.
Cool. Oh, look at that.
I just brought a couple.
So Harvest protein bowls, 12 grams of protein in the one, 14 in the other. You can see the one, well, both of them are meat-free, Southwest style and Asian style. So Dave, as much as you can have the treats and the ice cream and the French fries, it's also important. And you have a lot of frozen vegetables. And then something like this is a great idea because for people that are looking to make healthy choices, I mean, this bowl itself, as you can show, Cody, is microwave safe. So,
and they're actually right by my Healthy Choice.
Perfect. Yeah.
So when you're looking for them, they're on top shelf right by the Healthy Choice.
This is great. How long have you been running the frozen department here at Hy-Vee?
I lost track.
Okay.
I started off overnights, then
Okay.
I went to frozen.
So
it's been a long time.
But does it impress you when you see something like this, as far as how that business has grown? I mean, I'm assuming that bags of frozen vegetables have been around for a while, but something like this, where it's a container that can be filled with good stuff, frozen, sent to a store, and then I can take it home and stick it in the microwave, and it's good to go. I mean, there's really been an evolution, hasn't there?
Like those steamed fresh bags.
Yeah.
With vegetables.
Right. Yeah.
That's just, I never, who'd have thought?
Right. I'm sure that just a couple of years ago you couldn't put anything like that in a microwave, but now everything, and they figured it out, and that's where the innovation is exciting for someone like me. I mean, and for you, I mean, Dave, you're experiencing this firsthand, but they really just keep trying things. And when it comes to a place like that's where, like, people that buy groceries, sometimes they'll come in and they'll have their list, whether it's on paper or on their phone or with the Hy-Vee app. Sometimes you just got to take off the blinders and look and see if there's things that you should try. Because if you're going off that list, you know you're going to get frozen cauliflower, broccoli, the florets in the bag, whatever. But maybe you would miss the Green Giant protein bowl.
Anymore, there's so much veggie-made stuff, cauliflower stuff.
Right. Yes. Right. Rice cauliflower.
Pizzas. I mean, just
cauliflower crust. I mean, this low-carb craze that we're in, it's a real one. Anything else that we're missing?
No.
Any other props? Good.
I have more over there, but I can't bring them all.
we could just go do the show in the frozen department. So you have
I can show you everything.
I was going to say you have one of the largest departments in the store. And
when I first started, there was 2 aisles.
That's it?
It was aisles 10 and 11.
There were 2 aisles for the entire frozen section when you first started.
Yeah.
And now you have
like 5.
Holy moly. It's just
That's
wild.
how much it's grown.
Right. I mean, I remembered when I was, growing up, and you would go and get the frozen pizzas, there were like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
In the late 80s, early 90s. Then all of a sudden, I mean, right now, we walk down the frozen pizza aisle and you just go like...
half the aisle.
Right. I mean, you can get the crust that's triple stuffed with, I mean...
That's not even all of them. Right. We don't have room for all of them.
I was going to say, Dave needs more space. He would like to put on, what if we just built like a little loft for you, a frozen loft, and then we put a little elevator for our customers. Maybe that's not practical. And now Dave has a phone call, apparently. So that's what happens. He comes on the show, and people are calling about these products. Maybe it's everybody wanting these Paw Patrol waffles. All right, we'll get Dave out of here. Go ahead.
One thing. The Oprah stuff is done pretty decent.
Okay,
but
cool.
I just want to say, coming soon, there's some like meal bags coming in the frozen department.
From the Oprah line? The Oh That's Good line.
Yeah.
Some meals that are probably ready to go, everything you need in the bag.
Yeah.
Well, when that arrives, you'll come back on the show. Does that sound good?
Sure.
That product is good, and partnering with Oprah for Hy-Vee makes sense, and they're able to help people at the same time. You got a phone call. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Look at all these great products, and don't forget March.
Like I say, there's more.
There is more. Trust us. And March,
me.
again, Frozen Food Month at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Let's go to the aisle cam if we could, which is just a few steps away in the meat department, and we're going to be talking just briefly about that Pick 5 program, because that's what you can see in the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam is the Pick 5. So you pick 5 items, and you buy 4, and the 5th is free, right? You can see the 5 balloon right there. So buy 4 items, and the 5th one is free. That can be things like, pork chops and brats and chicken breasts and seafood items. Pick 5 at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Pick 5 for $20. Can't beat it. Grilling season is here, ladies and gentlemen. Meat department's got a lot going on. They've got their own flyer this week, which we'll talk about in just a second, and that Pick 5 program is fantastic. All right, I want to tell you that today, speaking of frozen food, or if you're going to be doing any grilling, today is National Something on a Stick Day. Will you have some type of food on a stick? Will you have a kebab? Will you have a corn dog? Will you have fruit on a stick? Vegetables on a stick? You can have it today. and have as much as you want, because who knew that March 28th was National Something on a Stick Day? I did not know that. In addition to that, it's Black Forest Cake Day. Must be a certain kind of cake I'm not familiar with. It's Triglycerides Day, and it's National Weed Day. In the sense, if you're gardening your home and you've got weeds in your garden, do you appreciate those dandelions? Anybody got any dandelions popping up yet? You're embracing the weeds in your garden? Probably not, right? There are some weeds that can just take over your plants, and it's just not the best. So keep that in mind. All right, a couple things to get to, and then we'll wrap up for the day. Tomorrow is Friday, and that is when we kick off at 11 a.m. tomorrow, the Pulled Pork-a-Palooza at the kitchen here at Hy-Vee. Pulled pork sandwiches for $1.99. You've seen the ad on the back page of the Voice of Muscatine newspaper in your mailbox tomorrow starting at 11. Come to the store, have a pulled pork sandwich or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Buy a pulled pork sandwich for your friends, your neighbors, strangers, because at $1.99 you can't miss it, right? $1.99, 11A to 7P, Friday, Saturday, Pulled Pork-a-Palooza. You know what I want to have on the show tomorrow? Pulled pork sandwich. We'll make that happen. We'll bring another prop pulled pork over here, and we'll probably have to find a good home for it. Add a side dish for $1. It's a great deal. Friday, Saturday, 11 to 7. In addition to the Pulled Pork-a-Palooza. So you're going to come to the store. You're going to grab a pulled pork sandwich or 2. Then you should stick around, do a little bit of shopping. Because a fuel saver. A big fuel saver. 25 cents off per gallon with every $50 you spend. The more you spend, the more you save. I'm kind of restarting the fuel saver personally. Got 5 cents. Used it the other day. Building it back up. What a good opportunity to do that. 2 days to save 25 cents off per gallon. I love how that looks, by the way. As someone that, works at Hy-Vee, I feel like that's one of the best fuel saver ads that they've put together as far as how that looks. It's very aesthetically pleasing, and it tells you exactly how it works. Spend $100, you'll get 50 cents off per gallon. The price of gas creeping up. Don't imagine it going down between now and Memorial Day. So you can shop at Hy-Vee and not have to pay full price at the pump. And correct me if I'm wrong, no other place in town can you do that, where you buy groceries and you save money at the same time. And then you already know that we've got thousands of items throughout the store that come with an additional fuel saver, so you'll really be saving even more than that. But keep that in mind. That is Friday, Saturday, 2 days of fuel saving fun right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Don't miss out on it. Tonight is a Thursday night steak dinner. Last Thursday night steak dinner. That being said, we're going to continue the Thursday night dinners with the kitchen, different ones each week. But as far as the steak dinner and the unstoppable pursuit of the only highest quality beef, tonight you can have your steak and eat it too. I believe it's a choice New York strip with a baked potato and your choice of vegetable. 4 till 7, dine in, carry out. 8 ounce, $8. 12 ounce, $12. Ready to go at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Have your steak and eat it too, friends. And don't miss out on that. I talked briefly about the meat department kickoff to grilling flyer. That is available. Great savings that are good through this Sunday. So if you're firing up the grill, if you want to just stockpile things for the deep freezer, whatever the case may be, see Mike Church and the crew in the Hy-Vee meat department. They're ready to go. Kickoff to grilling sale from Angus Reserve chuck roast to boneless baby back ribs. I want my baby back. I want my bacon on everything. Hickory Country Bacon, cooks, ham slices, brats, brat patties with a fuel saver. That's what I'm saying. So remember, when we've got that store-wide fuel saver Friday, Saturday, if you bought 10 brats, you'd have 10 cents off in addition to the 25 cents you're going to get when you spend 50. So you'd really have 35 cents off. Do the math. It adds up. That quick. And then, Ryan, I think I sent you the fuel saver flyer. So if you really played it smart, you would grab the meat flyer, the fuel saver flyer, and if you bought everything on the fuel saver flyer this week, you would save $1.14 off per gallon. So if you're already at $1.14 off per gallon, it's safe to assume you're going to probably add another 50 cents onto that, and right there you would save $1.64 per gallon just by participating in the fuel saver that's going on in the store. So between the flyer right there and the fuel saver Friday, Saturday, you really have an opportunity to save at the gas pump. You can do it right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. It is going to be a lot of fun. All right, breakfast with Gary Dolphin, that's coming up. Iowa Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin, Hawkeye football, sooner than later, right? I know that the basketball season just wrapped up, and of course the NCAA tournament continues. Iowa Hawkeye women advancing to the Sweet 16. Very excited for them. Gary Dolphin at Hy-Vee, Saturday, April 13th, 8 till 10 a.m. You can meet and greet with Gary Dolphin. Get your picture taken. Q&A, ask some questions. It'll be moderated by Brian Musell in the Market Grill Express. I would say reservations, yes. RSVP 563-264-2420. I've got a capacity of about 100 people in the Market Grill Express. So if you want to show up and meet and greet with Gary Dolphin, RSVP 563-264-2420, breakfast with Gary Dolphin. That's coming up soon, right? It'll be here before you know it. Can't wait to have Dolph in the store. And it was fantastic to see Bobby Hansen yesterday. Aaron saying on Facebook that chips do not belong on sandwiches, at least not on mine. Well, you haven't lived, Aaron. You take a peanut butter and a jelly sandwich and you put a little bit of Doritos in there. You have yourself a good sandwich, I guarantee it. Right? It is good, unless you don't like that texture. I imagine if you don't like chips on a sandwich, maybe you don't like the chunky peanut butter. I'm good with chunky peanut butter. I'm telling you, though, right now, as a kid that did that, had a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, open up that PBJ, a little bit of Doritos, there it is. I'm not the only person that's done this. I'm not the only person. It's something that Ryan could Google and there was a picture readily available. Unless that was just a picture of Ryan's lunch today, which it could be. Peanut butter and jelly with Doritos. Yes. All right. Thank you. As we wrap up, give me the Bobby Hansen picture one more time. I like Bobby. But I want to say thanks to Ben Nitzel, principal of St. Mary Matthias Catholic School, for taking the time to be with us. Don't forget, St. Mary Matthias School has the 20th annual Hustle coming up. April 12th is the kids event. April 13th is the 5K. You can support the school. And space, again, limited for their kindergarten and preschool programming. And the first ever in a long time, first 8th grade graduating class from St. Mary Matthias Catholic School. Very cool. Ben's good friend, kind of my neighbor, and love having him on the show. It's great to chat with him. So we appreciate Ben Nitzel and his time for being here today. Thanks again to Dave Solomon. Go see Dave in the Hy-Vee Frozen Food Department. March is National Frozen Food Month. We showed you so many great new products that are readily available right here, from ice cream to waffles and vegetables, and everything in between. You can check that out. And we appreciate our friends with CBI Bank and Trust with the aisle cam, Toyota Muscatine with the cart cam, and of course, team staffing with the job board. We'll do that on tomorrow's show. I can't believe tomorrow's Friday. Holy pickles. Met with Dave Armstrong yesterday, signed all the paperwork. My house is not officially on the market yet, but it will be probably next Wednesday at the latest. Buy my house, please. I need a bigger house. Not a mansion. I'm not rich. Just keep having more people in my house, and we need more room. And it's one of those things, like and this is what my coworker said to me this morning, Lynn. She's like, have you ever seen that show, Love It or List It? And I said, we're listing it. We loved it. We've loved all the work and the painting and the time and the money that we've put into it, but that house is getting listed. It looks great. It's going to be great for somebody. We're out. Peace out. So buy my house, please. And, yeah. All right. Give me the picture with Bobby Hansen if we could. I just think having somebody that was on a Final Four team for the Iowa Hawkeyes stop by the store, sign a couple things for a local fundraiser, and won a championship with Michael Jordan. I just want to say thanks again to Bobby Hansen. He is a fantastic person, and it was great to have him stop by the store. If you're a fan of the Iowa Hawkeyes and you followed Bobby with his professional career in the NBA and you listen to Hawkeye basketball on the radio, Bobby Hansen has autographed 2 basketballs, and they'll be in the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter fundraiser next Saturday, April 6th. It's called New Beginnings at Geneva Golf and Country Club. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching Hy-Vee today. Catch replays weeknights at 7:30 and 10:30 on Remax's Channel 5 with Muscatine Power and Water, and we'll see you one more show this week before we head into the weekend. I'm getting motion sickness. The camera. I'm trying to juke the camera. It's working out pretty well. By the way, when Bobby Hansen comes on the show, should we not get a basketball hoop in the store? We have one in the Frito display. We should have like a shootout, Bobby and I. I'm guaranteeing you he's a better shooter than I. Yeah, we can shoot our paper. We can do the move that we do into the recycling bin, of course, because we recycle here on the show. We can do this move. Bobby Hansen and I will take our best shot to see if he, like me, can make his paper in that recycling bin every day. I make it every time. You have to believe me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it.